Option A. The average business traveler spends 47 minutes clearing customs and immigration on every single international return. That is 47 minutes of dead time per trip. If you fly internationally just once a month, that is nearly 10 hours a year standing in a line you did not have to stand in. Option B. Most business travelers have no idea that the $100 they spend on global entry can be fully reimbursed by their employer, covered by their credit card, and still leave them with a secondary benefit worth $85 that they never even claimed. Option C. Here is something almost nobody tells you. Business travelers who use global entry do not just save time in customs. They catch connecting flights that everyone else misses, they eliminate missed meetings, and some of them are getting the entire program paid for 3 times over without spending a single dollar of their own money. Final hook, option C. Here is something almost nobody tells you. Business travelers who use global entry do not just save time in customs. They catch connecting flights that everyone else misses, they eliminate missed meetings, and some of them are getting the entire program paid for 3 times over without spending a single dollar of their own money. If you travel internationally for work and you do not have global entry yet, this video is going to cost you nothing to watch and potentially save you dozens of hours this year alone. Let us get into it. Global Entry is a trusted traveler program run by U.S. Customs and Border Protection. It allows approved members to skip the standard customs and immigration line when returning to the United States from international travel. Instead of joining a queue that can stretch 45 minutes to over an hour depending on the airport and the time of day, you walk to a kiosk, scan your passport or card, answer a few quick questions on the screen, grab your receipt, and you are done. We are talking about 2 to 3 minutes, not 47. But here is where it gets interesting for business travelers specifically. Global Entry also includes TSA PreCheck automatically. That means every domestic departure, every connection, every early morning flight to a hub city, you are in the shorter security lane. No removing your shoes. No pulling out your laptop. No taking out your liquids bag. You just move. The program costs $100 for 5 years. That breaks down to $20 a year, or under $2 a month. And as we are about to cover, most business travelers should not be paying that out of pocket at all. When you land in the United States from an international flight, instead of joining the general arrivals queue, Global Entry members go directly to the dedicated kiosks. You scan your machine-readable passport or your Global Entry card. The system confirms your identity using the photo taken at the kiosk, you answer the customs declaration questions on screen, and the kiosk prints a receipt. You hand that receipt to a CBP officer, and you walk through. No waiting. No standing in a line of 200 exhausted travelers at 6 a.m. For connecting flights, this matters enormously. U.S. Customs and Border Protection requires all international arrivals to clear customs before they can connect to a domestic flight, even if your final destination is another U.S. city. So if you land in Chicago from London and you need to connect to Dallas, you have to clear customs in Chicago first. With Global Entry, you can clear in under 5 minutes. Without it, you could be looking at 45 minutes to an hour, and that is before you recheck your bag and clear security again. Most airlines build what they call a minimum connection time into their schedules. For international to domestic connections, that minimum is typically 60 to 90 minutes. But savvy business travelers with Global Entry often book tighter connections, not to be reckless, but because they know their realistic clearance time is under 10 minutes. That flexibility translates directly into better flight options, fewer overnight stays, and more time at home or in the office. The biggest mistake is simply not applying. A shocking number of frequent business travelers still do not have Global Entry. They assume it is complicated, or they forget, or they assume their employer will not cover it. All 3 assumptions are wrong. The second mistake is paying for it themselves when they do not have to. Most major corporate travel policies now allow Global Entry as a reimbursable business expense. It is a legitimate, documented productivity tool. If your company reimburses for airport lounge access or checked baggage, Global Entry almost certainly qualifies. The conversation with your manager or finance team is simple. This saves me an hour per international trip, it reduces my risk of missing connections, and it costs $100 every 5 years. Very few employers say no when it is framed that way. The third mistake is not knowing about the credit card angle. Dozens of premium travel credit cards, including cards from Chase, American Express, Capital One, and Citi, offer a global entry fee credit as a cardholder benefit. That means if your company issues you a corporate travel card, or if you personally carry a premium travel card, the $100 application fee may already be covered automatically. You do not need to apply for reimbursement. You just pay with the card and the credit appears on your statement within a few weeks. The fourth mistake is ignoring NEXUS. We will come back to this in a moment because it is the single most underused advantage for business travelers who cross the northern border regularly. Smart business travelers stack their benefits. Here's what that looks like in practice. They check whether their corporate card covers the global entry fee credit. If it does, they apply and pay with that card. The $100 is covered. Then they submit the application fee as a business expense anyway, because some corporate cards offer the credit and companies still reimburse it as a separate line item. Whether that works depends on your company policy, but it is worth reading the fine print. Either way, the fee is almost never coming out of their own pocket. They also check eligibility for NEXUS. NEXUS is a separate trusted traveler program that costs only $50 and includes global entry equivalent benefits when entering the United States, full Canadian Border Services Agency trusted traveler benefits when entering Canada, and dedicated NEXUS lanes at major Canadian and shared US-Canada airports. For business travelers who regularly travel to Toronto, Vancouver, Calgary, Ottawa, or Montreal, NEXUS is a significant upgrade over global entry alone, at half the price. For a comprehensive breakdown of how to compare these programs and pick the right one for your travel profile, globalentrypriority.com has a side-by-side comparison that makes the decision very straightforward. But here is what almost every traveler gets completely wrong about this. They think global entry is a customs tool. It is not. It is a risk elimination tool. Here is what that means. When you board an international flight home without global entry, you are accepting a variable that you cannot control. On a good day, customs takes 20 minutes. On a bad day, a delayed wide-body aircraft dumps 300 passengers into the same hull at the same time as 2 other international arrivals, and suddenly you are looking at 75 minutes. That variability is the real enemy for business travelers. It is what causes you to miss your connection. It is what turns a Tuesday afternoon arrival into a Tuesday night hotel stay. It is what makes your Wednesday morning 9 a.m. meeting impossible to guarantee. Global entry does not just save you 40 minutes on average. It removes the worst-case scenario almost entirely. 2 to 3 minutes, nearly every single time, regardless of how many other passengers landed in the same window. The kiosks do not form a line the way humans do. That predictability is worth far more than $100. And almost no one talks about it that way. Step 1. Confirm eligibility. U.S. citizens, U.S. nationals, U.S. lawful permanent residents, and citizens of several other countries including the UK, Germany, the Netherlands, South Korea, and others are eligible. Check the CBP website or globalentrypriority.com for the current full list. Step 2. Create your TTP account. Go to ttp.cbp.dhs.gov. This is the Trusted Traveler Programs portal. Create an account if you do not have one. Step 3. Complete the application. It takes roughly 20 to 30 minutes. You will enter your personal information, address history, employment history, and travel history. You will also answer a series of background eligibility questions. Step 4. Pay the $100 application fee. Use the card that gives you the credit, or pay, and then submit for employer reimbursement. Step 5. Wait for conditional approval. Most applicants receive conditional approval within a few days to a few weeks. This means CBP has done their preliminary review and they are ready to schedule your interview. Step 6. Schedule your enrollment appointment. You will choose an enrollment center at a major airport that is convenient for you. The interview is quick, typically 10 minutes or less. A CBP officer will verify your identity, check your documents, and take your fingerprints and photo. Step 7. Receive your global entry card. Once approved, your card arrives by mail. Your membership is active immediately in the system, so you can use the kiosks with your passport even before the card arrives. Step 8. Add known traveler number to your travel profile. Log into your corporate booking tool or frequent flyer accounts and enter your known traveler number. This ensures TSA PreCheck appears on every boarding pass automatically. Global entry is not a luxury for business travelers. It is a professional tool. The time savings are real. The connection flexibility is real. The cost is trivially low, especially when your employer or your credit card is covering it. And the predictability it adds to your travel, knowing with near certainty that you will clear customs in under 5 minutes every single time, that is the benefit that changes how you book trips, how you schedule meetings, and how you manage your energy on the road. If you are crossing into Canada regularly, look seriously at NEXUS. If you are traveling internationally more than 4 or 5 times a year for work, there is genuinely no reason not to have this. The math is simple. The application is straightforward. And the upside compounds every single trip. If you found this useful, subscribe to this channel for weekly guides on global entry, TSA PreCheck, and everything in the trusted traveler program world. And drop a comment below if you have a question about your specific situation. We read every single one.